Hello, my friend. I am Charlie Simons, your host here on Do Not Talk. Talk about two things you're never supposed to talk about: politics and religion. I am going to do my little fancy dancy show intro here, and then we will get started with Authur Gorman. Authur Gorman. Who? What? Hang on. You'll be glad. You'll be glad you're tuning in today. Let me find this though, because I think this is something you're supposed to do it right when you're starting off a live broadcast like this. Oh, there's my computer. Okay, hit it. Ready? Hit it.
Yep, here he comes. Riding his trusted steed through the Sierra foothills as he brings you the news.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
He calls himself
Charlie!
What you doing, Charlie?
Sorry, Charlie.
Hi, Charlie. There you are. Look how cute you are. Yeah.
Hey, Charlie. What's with the dark glasses?
And now, here he is, a man of God, living in a world of Disney.
Ow, Charlie!
Charlie Simons.
Charlie bit me.
Bite? Not really a bite. Come on. Nibble. Yes, indeed. I am Charlie Simons, your host here on Do Not Talk. Talk about two things you're never supposed to talk about: politics and religion. And I'm trying to keep my face away from the camera. I don't want to get too close because then you'll start seeing all this crap that's all over my face. I went to a dermatologist. First time I've been to see one in 16 years. Never seen this woman before. They make you strip down to nothing. I'm wearing boxer shorts. That's it. Socks, shoes, everything else off. There's like 3 people in the room. I'm a little heavier than I was this time. Oh, I even don't know, even a year ago. Put on a few. Working on it, and I'll tell you how coming up in just a second, because I want to invite you along for the ride. But they went to work on me like a UAW assembly line, putting together a Ford F-150. Bam, 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 bam. Soldering. It's the best way to put it. Poking, prodding, cutting, slicing. Got stitches here, stitches here. What the heck? So anyway, I just wanted to explain to you this way. If it was just one Band-Aid, it'd be like Les Nessman from the old TV show WKRP. Every single episode, he had a Band-Aid somewhere that was visible. That was his little bit. And yeah, but no, I got enough about me. Authur Gorman is my guest. I'm going to bring him in just a second. He's running for, as far as I'm concerned, one of the absolute most important things you could ever run for. And I pray that more conservatives will run to shape the future and the minds and to stop those who are grooming. Talking about our kids. He's running for the Shasta County Office of Education Board. That's huge. That's a big deal, man. I like this guy. I've met him before. And he's a great conservative, strong Christian. Right now he's at Mountaintop Media. He's at their studios up there in Reading. I'm going to bring him in just a second. But there's some serious, weird things going on in Shasta County. Their registrar of voters, Clint Curtis, is, and I've met several what they call ROVs. They're the ones who run your election in your county. Whatever county you're in, you have a registrar of voters. And it's usually an elected position. Sometimes the Board of Supervisors appoint the ROV. I think it should always be an elected position because we, the people, should have a say who's going to be counting the votes. We want to make sure that we trust them and that it's being done right. Well, Shasta County, I'm afraid, has a long history. Well, I don't know how long it is, but a more recent history, with the exception of the last year and a half, 2 years with Clint Curtis, It was a disaster before him. It was a train wreck. And Kevin Cry, one of the Board of Supervisors members up there, is the one that said, you know what? We don't want to use Dominion machines. We want to go back to same-day voting, paper ballots. Okay? Let's go back to how it was when we knew we could trust the elections somewhat. Definitely better than now. Got it passed, got it accomplished. Talked his other Board of Supervisors in there for the most part to support it enough to where at least they had a majority. Took it to the people. They voted on it. Yes, that's what we want. And it was exciting. And all of we conservatives here in the once golden state of California were ecstatic. This is great. This is setting a trend, man. Other counties are going to step up now. They're going to do the right thing, right? Oh, no. The Governor Hairdo and his band of demons all had an emergency session and crafted some kind of a new law that, of course, he signed into effect immediately after they just pushed it through, forcing counties to use these machines. Forcing them. Because the state of California's paid a lot of money for those, and they make the counties pay for those too. They're forcing the counties to pay millions of dollars to have a computer or a machine count all of our votes. Dominion, there's several others. And I think the one in Shasta County, I think it's Dominion. But you have a choice of, I think, 3. Force them to use them. So Clint Curtis came up with a system of cameras, just using cheap cell phones. And all the counting, the cameras were pointing and they were broadcasting live. They were streaming during the whole count. So every single ballot that went through, you saw it and it was chronicled. Brilliant. Simple. Brilliant. Oh, everyone freaked out over that too. Can't be having that. Clint Curtis told me when I had, I actually sat down with him. We had a great lunch and a great talk. And this was right after the primary election where he did not win re-election. He did not win another term as registrar of voters in Shasta County. Yeah. I was stunned by that. And the one who won is the one that he had fired when he took her place. And fired her because she was inept. It was a great thing for Shasta County, and I thought there's no way people in Shasta are going to be dumb enough to let this guy go. They're going to cling to him like grim death. This is the only hope we have of fair elections. We're hanging on. No. But Clint told me that there were, and I saw him on Kim Yater's show just recently too, Take Our California Back. He was describing some of the ballots. Some are thicker, some are more thin. They smell differently. Normally, they're uniform, and it's always the same all the time, right? All the ballots, there's one printer. I don't know who does it. I don't know where they get them from. I just know they're all the same. Clint said, no, these are different. And there were a lot of them that were different. And a lot of them, the marks, when you mark your ballot, the little oval, fill it in. He goes, they were perfect. Like they'd been printed that way. So that had to be real hard for him to sit there and count and watch this count and all these fake ballots. And California set it up to where you cannot say no to any of these ballots. Now, what's he going to do? Say, there's some fake ballots in here. State of California goes, so what? Count them anyway. I'm not kidding. I'm boiling it down. Now I'm making it very, very simple. That's what they told him and all the other ROVs. If there's a ballot in there, I don't care if you think it's suspicious. You're going to count it. You hear us? You're going to count it. It's that bad. So he lost re-election. Authur Gorman, my guest here, he helped on that campaign. I'm going to talk to him about that. He also has a fundraiser coming up, and this sounds like a kick. It's going to be Friday night, August 26th, up there in Shasta County. You're invited. It's going to be a really nice dinner, an excellent evening. Make plans to join them. And we'll find out all about it right now on Do Not Talk. So let's see. What do I want to? Oh, yeah, this. Hit it. That was ridiculous. That was ridiculous. Do it over. Apparently, I have some jacked up Wi-Fi right now where I am, Author. I'm hitting stuff. There's big delays. Nothing's going on. I'm trying to bring stuff up on screen. This whole going live thing, it's dangerous. Not for the faint of heart. Hello, my friend.
Hey, how's it going, Charlie? Doing good.
Oh, and now we have a delay, apparently, too. Okay, all right. It's going well. Thank you very much. It's not going so well for Shasta County, though. What the hell's going on up there? And why is Shasta County so important to California and the team of leftist freaks that want to ruin this state? Why is Shasta County, little old Shasta County, so important to control and absolutely commit such fraud in the elections? Why is Shasta County so important?
Well, if we learned anything through the last 6 years, since 2020, when they shut down the world, COVID was here. They wanted us to mask and vaccinate. Shasta County, we stood up. As a healthcare worker, we protested in front of our jobs, and we fought against the vaccine mandate. We pushed back against that. We had 90 of our friends denied the religious exemption, and we fought to get their jobs back. Then they came after our kids. We had a massive school walkout here in Shasta County where almost 50% of all kids in Shasta County stayed home. We weren't going to send our kids back. And they had to send a letter of distress saying that if you do this, if this mask mandate, if this vaccine mandate goes through, then we will not have education in public schools here in Shasta County because the parents are going to keep them home. So Shasta County is the birthplace of, state of Jefferson, Tea Party movements. We're very patriotic.
So you're being punished.
We're being
you
punished.
all are being punished. Absolutely. You're a pincushion. You're a pincushion for Governor Hairdo and his band of demons.
Oh, yeah. And when we stand up, it gives other people the courage to stand up as well. And we're going to stand up every single time. They can't beat us down. And that's what
I hope so.
When we fight for free and fair elections, they come after us. When we pass something that says we want to do hand counting, they make a law against us. When we do things, they just can't control us up here in Shasta County. We would rather we split the state, but we don't have that option right now. So we're going to do everything possible.
Oh, I think we do. NewCaliforniaState.com. I was just at one of their meetings in Amador County last night. I love what they're doing. I think it can work. I'm excited about it. I really am. And please make it, Lord, please make it happen.
It's how we get that split. We want to run conservatives and patriots and Christians for every level of government. Every county, in our county, we have 25 different school boards. And so my goal is to get a conservative majority on every school board in Shasta County so that we know that our kids are safe when they go to school. We're not dealing with this gender wokeness in schools. We're not dealing with tampons in the bathroom. We are just going to school and we're going to focus on education with a goal with the kids that come out of Shasta County that everybody wants a kid from Shasta County because that's going to be the best tradesperson. That's going to be the best military. It's going to be the best college kid. And everybody's going to be fighting for our kids. And they're going to go out into the world, bring all that knowledge back to Shasta County and make it a great place to live and raise kids. So that's the goal. And then we start with
it's a great goal. And if you accomplish it, Lord willing, then it won't take long for you to see extraordinary results because there's so many other school districts in the entire state of California. We're in almost last place.
It's bad. It's bad. We're
in test scores.
Yeah, 51%.
I mean, from the 50 states, we are right there, 48th, 49th, next, almost last place in education results.
A lot of people will say that, I don't have a kid in school. I can't run for the school board. I don't have any standing. No, actually, did you know that with Prop 98, 40% roughly of our state income goes exactly to education. That's where it goes. So 40% of all the taxes you spend are going to the schools, whether you like it or not. And you should have a say in how that money is spent.
Amen. Amen. And if you don't have a kid in school, that's an even better time for you to run for school board or like Authur's doing with the Board of Education. We need you. We need you desperately. We need your experience. We need your knowledge. We need your heart. We need your patriotism. We need to shape the hearts and minds of these kids because trust me, that's what the communists do. That's their manifesto. I mean, look at throughout history, the Nazis, Mao Zedong with the communist China. They all target the youth. They all go after the kids, and because they know in just a generation or two they can flip an entire country like that. And that's what they do. That's what they do, and that's what they're doing here. It's so obvious, and if you're not seeing that, you're not paying attention. So I love that you're running for this. One time I had a friend who was running for school board, and I was talking about it to somebody, and they go, "Oh, he's just running for school board." I went, "What's that attitude? What do you mean he's just running for school board? How do you not realize how important this is?" I don't get it. But you running for the Board of Education, that's even bigger because you'll be overseeing all the districts. And why I say that's even bigger and more important, I think, is what's happening now is a lot of these leftist freaks who are in the admin of education and districts, they've got their little agenda. They're bypassing school boards altogether now.
It's true. I mean, the biggest thing you can do as an elected official, especially in the school board, is to read your agenda. And when you read the agenda, you see all that leftist propaganda coming through in your agenda through the policy. California School Board Association is one of the worst. We pulled out of that crew. They put these policies in there, and they put that far left woke indoctrination into the policy. And if you're a school board member and you're not reading your agenda and you're not reading that board packet and the policy, when I got elected 4 years ago, the first policy they wanted to update was bullying harassment. And I think everybody could agree that no one should be bullied. No one should be harassed. You're going to school to learn, right? We already have this policy.
People don't like my attitude about that.
Yeah, so, I mean,
I'm like, I think we need to bring some bullying back. But
you know what I'm saying? You go to school, you should be able to learn. You know.
I got you. I'm being flippant. I'm being flippant. Calm down, everybody. I'm just kidding.
So the deal was, they said bullying now is using the wrong pronouns. That's wrong.
Hell yeah.
You're actually harassing them if you use the wrong pronoun. And so if you walk into a classroom and say, "Hey guys, we're going to learn about math today," oh, you just misgendered everyone.
Guys, yeah, I hadn't even thought about that. Yeah, they're just waiting for anybody to say something, and these kids are so indoctrinated into thinking that this is cool. This is the thing this is trendy, man. Everybody wants to be homo. Sorry.
The deal was what they did was they said not only is it harassment and bullying, but we will progressively discipline the staff up into firing them if they use the wrong pronouns and expelling the youth if they use the wrong pronouns.
That's even happening in Shasta County?
Oh, yeah.
That's the state Board of Education trying to force that on counties.
So it's more nefarious than you think. So every state, it's like an NGO. So California School Board Association, look it up. There's also an Oregon School Board Association. These associations, every state has one. There's also a National School Board Association and a Global School Board Association.
They sound like clubs or unions.
Yeah. So they push this thing from a top-down approach with these horrible policies with woke indoctrinations, communist socialism, down all the way through the states and not through the government because they got crafty. They're like, "Oh, we're not having the government do this. We're going to have a nonpartisan company or network do it." So School Board Association. Oh, they're honest people. They wouldn't do any bad. So they push this into the schools that way. And then, if you have a school board that didn't read their packet and they just say, "Oh, we're going to pass a harassment and bullying thing," you're like, "Yeah, no one should be bullied. Go ahead, rubber stamp, put it in." They didn't read the fine print.
Don't read any of the fine print, by the way. There's 2,800 pages. Did you read all of it? Well, no, I didn't read it all. Somebody gave me a synopsis of what it says. Oh, who's that somebody?
Right. So
maybe the people who are pushing it, they're the ones who gave it to you.
politics, that they want titles, they want prestige. They don't actually want to do the work. And
No.
so reading that board package, I live in Shasta County. It's red. We're 60% plus Republicans. I'm sitting on the board. I'm the only one that had a problem with it. We had 2 retired principals on the board. They thought that kindergartners should choose their own sex. And an elder at a church that I went to, and he was not having any problems with it at all. And I'm like, dude, Steve, they're saying that God put these kids in the wrong body. God didn't make any mistakes, Steve. Like, our church doesn't believe that. And he went along with the insanity too. So we have like Christian people that are elders, pastors.
What is going on?
It's crazy.
Do they really believe this, or have they been bought off? What is going on?
Because they don't want to be mean. They think that telling people the truth, they've been brainwashed, they've been blackpilled, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. They have drank the Kool-Aid and said, I don't want to be mean. So speaking truth, like biblical truths, is mean and harassment. We can't just talk about Christianity and say that we have a God that created us with purpose. And they think all that stuff is mean. The common sense, that's mean too. You can't tell someone that they have mental health. You have. I'm a nurse at the hospital. Listen, there's people that have conditions. It's real, and we have to be honest with those people and get them the mental health that they need. They're confused. Gender dysphoria is real with some people, and you need some mental health. I mean, you probably should go see a pastor for sure, but definitely to see a psychologist, deal with the mental health that you have going on. But yeah, Shasta County Board of Education in Shasta County, we're in charge of juvenile hall, expelled youth. We have a credit recovery program. We have a program for kids that they don't fit in traditional school because they have medical issues, maybe feeding tubes, or in a wheelchair. They can't really go to regular school. So we have a school for them if they need it. We also are in charge of maps, which is really interesting. So we opposed Prop 50 when it came out.
I'm sorry, in charge of maps?
So here's what we're in charge of. It's called the county committee, and every county has one. So let's say you live in Shasta County, and we have Enterprise School District and Reading School District, and you build a new subdivision. Well, those kids have to go somewhere, and we have to determine where the map is drawn so those kids.
Or if you're starting a whole new district. Okay, I got you.
Our new district. So there's all sorts of things that we do, and we were in charge of looking at maps. So we opposed Prop 50 because we were being held to a higher standard than the state. Like, because you're supposed to go off of topography, roads, rivers, valleys, keeping common areas common with people of the same area, right? So one of the only boards in the state to oppose Prop 50. And we are fighting for free and fair elections because we want every game, whatever game you play, whether you play basketball, whether it's voting, we want the game to be straight. We want the game to be fair, and we want everybody to have the opportunity to win.
And girls playing girls.
Oh yeah, girls playing. Yeah, we want the boys out of girls sports. Sonia Shaw is an amazing person running for state superintendent, and she's an awesome champion for that. And I can't wait till she wins, because she should win. That's a 90% plus issue.
I've been trying to get her on my show, and she's gotten back to me. Oh yeah, we'll do it. We'll make it happen. I'm like, I know you're super busy, but it still hasn't happened. But no, I've gotten to meet her and I've heard her speak, and she is absolutely what we need in the state of California, running the Board of Education for the state of California. Oh my God, that'd be such a blessing. Please, Lord.
So working with Shaw and all this.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
One of the biggest things with Shoni Shaw and all these other people, patriot people that woke up during COVID, is that we went to every system of government saying we want our schools open, we want the masks off the kids, we want the gender insanity to go away. And we'd go to the school board, they would pass the buck to the city council. City council passes the buck to the county supervisor. They pass the buck to assembly and senate and governor. And then we found out through Freedom of Information Act and suing Newsom and Bonta and all those guys that what happened was, it wasn't the governor forcing these schools to do it. It was your school board forcing everybody to mask, forcing vaccine clinics on your campus, forcing your kids to take a vaccine or not be able to play sports. Or
vaccine clinics on the campus. And these are for children. And they were doing it without the knowledge of parents, which to me is absolutely illegal.
Yeah.
I believe it is against the law, unless they've changed the law here in California, and they probably most likely have. They now are giving shots to children at school without telling the parents.
So here's the deal, and this is what school's back in session,
And
right?
gender affirming care. In other words, they're giving them hormone blockers and so on, puberty blockers in schools now.
Planned Parenthood is on campus giving those drugs out to kids. So the deal is, as a parent, as a guardian, you really need to look when you go and sign all those things, all those forms, and your kids are going to school. You
Yeah.
are signing what you would think is checking a box saying, "Hey, if my kid falls down and breaks their arm, yeah, please take them to the hospital so they can. I'll meet you there. I'm at work. Like if you can facilitate that, that's what you're thinking you're signing. You do that for sports, and you do that for camp, and you do all that. You're thinking you're checking boxes, and I'm not telling you a lie. The parents and the grandparents, whoever has kids in school, you really need to look at those forms you're signing because you're signing that they will receive mental health. They will receive social emotional learning. They will receive reproductive health. They will receive emergency care. You're thinking you're signing an emergency care, but if you're not reading that fine print as a parent and you're sending your kids to school, you can opt out of all of that stuff. You can, but they're embedding that right into the school year, and the parents really need to take the responsibility.
How many people even knew this? I've been real active. I show up at school board meetings, especially during the whole COVID shutdown. I was right there saying, don't make these kids take these masks. This is ridiculous. Get them back in classrooms. I did not know that.
Yeah.
So these parents are literally signing away their parental rights.
They are. And it's really out of convenience. I mean, and I don't fault the parents so much because they're just used to checking boxes and they think like we all did.
And I'm sure if any parent, I'm sorry for interrupting, but I can imagine any parent, I come in with my niece Serena, because I'm her legal guardian. And I ask, well, what does this mean about my, that's just a standard thing. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
How many times have we been told that? Well, that's just kind of standard. How many things am I having to put my initials on just to go see this dermatologist?
Right.
I was amazed. What is all this? Oh, it's just standard stuff.
Standard.
Yeah. Well, okay.
So you're signing your life away.
What am I signing away?
Yeah. You don't want to know. You don't want to know. But you should know. You should know.
I do want to know.
Yeah. Then you should know.
Yeah.
We've had amazing school boards up here. Anderson Union High School, Leslie Sawyer, you know her. Her kids were out there, pretty active gal, great patriot. And she was just sharing with us for after school care. She was going over the documents and it said, oh, not only will your kid receive emergency care, if needed, but also the social emotional stuff, also the psych stuff, also the mental health stuff. You're like, no, I don't want my kid doing all that. I don't care if you have to take him to the hospital, but I do care if you're like doing psychology on campus. Like we're not doing that.
Authur, I'm going to bring up this on screen, and can you take a minute and tell us about this fundraiser that you have coming up because I still want to talk to you about Clint Curtis and what happened with that election with the ROV. But tell us about this fundraiser coming up. Take a minute, really get into depth. What are you having for dinner and so on?
Oh yeah. So Fat Daddy's Barbecue, an amazing patriot here in town, is going to be doing our barbecue over here. We're going to have some pulled pork. It's going to be delicious. You're not going to want to miss out on the food. It's going to be next Friday, August 28th, Anderson VFW. If you haven't been there, Anderson, California, 3210. You can buy tickets right at voteauthorgorman.com. That's voteauthorgorman.com. Scan the QR code. We're going to have some patriots there. They're going to come. We're going to go over all the COVID madness that we went through. We're going to have the national anthem, the flag salute, great patriots, and we're going to reminisce about the last 6 years. What happened over the last 6 years? What got us all involved? We're going to have school board members there throughout the county saying, this is why I ran, because I ran to tell people I know where my God-given rights came from. They came from God, and God gave us the authority, the responsibility, and the jurisdiction to raise the kids how we see fit. And we, the parents and grandparents, are running for every possible elected position in Shasta County. So you're going to meet a bunch of patriots that are helping you out. You're going to meet me. I'm going to give a great speech, and we're going to be a great tribute to Shasta County, California, and the United States. So I would love to have you there at August 28th. It'd be fun.
And oh, by the way, where do we go to get tickets? And what's the cost on this and so on?
So you can get tickets at voteauthorgorman.com. You can go through
Spell
right.
that though. You don't spell your name normal.
Oh, it's a little different. Vote, VOTE, author, AU, not AR, AUTHUR, Gorman, GORMAN.com. So single tickets, 55. If you come in as a couple, save a couple bucks, it's $100. And a table is $375. Come with your friends. It'll be a lot of fun.
That sounds like a kick, and I love stuff like that. I'm glad you got local folks doing the catering, and it's gonna be a kick. It's gonna be a good time. And on a Friday night in Shasta County, there might be some people looking for something to do.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the recent the primary. What happened? Clint Curtis was fantastic. He was a godsend for Shasta County, and
Yeah.
he was a blessing.
Yeah.
He was changing things. He was turning around. He was making things happen. He was getting things done. And then it all went upside down like that. Where were the people of Shasta County? Did they even show up to frickin' vote? That's my big frustration with conservatives. We don't show up for the primaries. And that's where the elections are decided before you ever even get to the main election in November. You better be showing up for the primaries. But it sounds like no one did.
We had a less than a 50% vote turnout. Since the COVID madness, I joined. I didn't even know what a central committee was, but I'm the vice chair of the Republican Central Committee in Shasta County. We endorsed Clint Curtis. We sent all the endorsement flyers out. I went door knocking. I probably did 500-600 doors for Clint Curtis. I've knocked on all the doors. There's a lot of people that just don't understand local government. They think that the state controls elections. They don't know that we have an ROV. They thought Clint was a great guy, but he was from out of town, and they wanted someone from in town. They didn't like that he was a lawyer. There was all this other stuff. Then there was I would say it's like the conservatives fighting conservatives, because in Shasta County, we're pretty red. We're over 60% plus Republican vote. Not that they even show up to vote, because you have 30 days to get your ballot in, and they can't even do that.
It doesn't matter what kind of majority you have. If you don't show up to vote, you're screwed. And I'm seeing a lot of that happen in Shasta County and other counties, small counties like that. When I say small, I mean, I'm in Sacramento area or Los Angeles or something like that, San Francisco, those are huge. And so we've got to be involved. We've got to come together more than ever in the smaller counties just to combat those monoliths. Those big bloated pools of corruption. We gotta show up.
Yeah, down at the school board, we're actually fighting the left and communists and socialists fighting against us, bringing all that woke garbage in. But at the top level, you get this thing. Doesn't matter. It probably happens on the Democrat side. You get these. It's like a bunch of crabs in a barrel, and we're finally inching our way out. We finally got Clint Curtis. We're finally getting elections under control. People are getting what they want, and you have these crabs down here. These other conservative folk, maybe rhinos, perhaps, right? And they're reaching up and they're grabbing and pulling you back down.
Oh, yeah. I know that analogy, although I always heard it was rats in a bucket half filled with water. They pull each other back down as they're all trying to get out. But it's the same kind of thought. And I see a lot of that infighting in the Republican Party. And they don't like somebody because they said something at some meeting that offended them. So they're going to put up some shiny thing over here to run against a great grassroots candidate. I keep seeing that over and over again with these central committees.
Yeah.
And it's damn ridiculous. And they're shooting themselves in the foot, and we're all paying for it because we only know the people that we see on the ballot. And our central committee, we have no idea for the most part that they're the ones that are saying, yeah, these are the candidates that we're going to push and they're going to go for the Republican Party. Really? Well,
yeah. And
why?
Biggest
because they're shiny.
They're shiny. And the real people like us, need to run for those positions, because every presidential primary, there's an opportunity for you to run in your own county for the county committee and that Republican committee. So you can make changes. So that's what we've done with our county committee is we have a majority of patriots now. We didn't have that before. Over the last 4 years in the election, we have now have a majority of patriots on our county committee, and we're making
And
things
how
up.
did you just assume as a Republican that your central committee is going to be a whole bunch of other Republicans like you and patriotic and loving our country, God, family, country? Nope.
Yeah.
Oh,
And some-
no. There's infiltration going on.
Yeah. And so we really need to be involved. So whether it's running for school board, which I would prefer everybody run for school board, you need to be involved in every elected position. There in Placer County down there, they taught us a lot. So we've been working with Placer County and a few other patriots.
They got it going, man. They're humming right along. They're doing excellent work.
They're finding people to run for every level of election. So they said they had 140 elected positions up for grabs, and they found a person for every spot in Placer County. So every county needs to do that. Whether you're in a Republican group, Tea Party group, State of Jefferson, Tea Party, whatever patriot group you are, you need to start running people.
And if you're thinking, oh, I've never run for office, so I wouldn't even know what to do, trust me, work with the central committee. They'll do a lot of the work for you and they'll help you a lot. But here's another thing too to this, because I know somebody who's sitting on a board of education for a college that's completely screaming leftist. She's the only conservative on the board, and she has frustrated them again and again. And she's great at convincing others. Maybe we might want to rethink this. And she didn't even have to campaign because there was no one else running for that position, not even another Democrat. So she, boom, yep, I'll run for that. Okay, great. Nobody else is running. Guess who's on the new board of education for this big college? That's you don't be scared is what I'm trying to tell you. And if you're thinking, I got to do something, I got to make a difference. That's why I admire and respect so many people like you who run for office, who've never done it before. And you just go, somebody's got to do something. If not me, who? If not now, when? Things are bad. This is our last hope, man. We got to make it happen this year. Right now, we're not. I think Javier Becerra, despite all the crap that's coming out about him and will come out about him, I think he's going to win. He has the right skin color. He has the right last name. And in California, that gets you powerful positions in public office. That's just reality, especially when you have millions of illegals voting because of the motor voter law, everything that Jerry Brown did. And then, of course, Gavin Newsom. Not an accident. I think Javier Becerra, I hate that. I wish it weren't true. Mm-hmm. I was a Chad Bianco guy myself, but I'm all for Steve Hilton. I'm in the Hilton camp. Let's go.
Yeah, we got to get it in there.
I'm the mayor of Reelsville, and I'm a lifelong Californian, and we have a huge long history of doing stupid.
Right. And if we get with Reform California and the voting initiative, hopefully Prop 39.
And redistricting, the Prop 50 you talked about.
Yeah. But hopefully we could get Prop 39 through. Maybe we lose the governor because they have numbers on their side and the cheating and all that. But maybe we win Prop 39 with voter ID. That would be amazing.
Yes, it would.
I would like to win
I love Shasta County. I'm a particular fan of Red Bluff. I think that's the coolest town. Nothing against your town of Redding, but I just really like Red Bluff and that whole area around there. It's just some wonderful areas, and you're surrounded by great places. Siskiyou is fantastic. You're surrounded by great country. That's just great countryside. And Northern California, and I'm a NorCal guy. So I want you to do well. I want you all to thrive, and I want you to set some standards and set the pace and set an example. And that's what we had with your supervisor, Kevin Cry. There was another gentleman too, I think, that also championed that with him. I'm not thinking of his name right now, though.
Patrick Jones.
Yes, that's him. And of course, Clint Curtis as registrar of voters. Extraordinary work that they were doing. How does Shasta County let that go? How do you blow that? But they did.
They did.
It's because they don't know.
Yeah, they just don't know. So that's part of the education piece. Like, we as patriots need to start educating our community about these power and jurisdiction, interposition, nullification, all of it. Because if you understand the Constitution and you understand what authority that these folks have, and we didn't know that. Like when COVID shut everything down, everybody, like myself, went before all these bodies of government and we quickly learned that a lot of these elected officials don't even know their own jurisdiction, right? They are relying on staff, on bureaucrats, and everybody spoon feeding them the information, never actually doing anything, and then voting on something and rubber stamping it. And we really need people to show up, do the work, read the agendas, and vote with common sense and biblical values. And the whole thing will start turning around. We just need more people to do it. And so I'm encouraging everybody to get out there in their own communities, run for those positions, because God did make you for a time as this. I'm running for the Shasta County Board of Education, and I hope you support me. Help you come and hang out with me at the fundraiser on the 28th. Go to voteauthorgorman.com, because even if you're in another county, I will help you. I'll even go through the process of having you run for a school board or these, because I know how important it is not just to win one election. We need to win them all. And we're going to start taking back all this stuff from Shasta County down to your county and then the rest of California, and we're going to bring an army of people with us.
I love it. Fantastic. Thank you for being there, and thank you for doing this. And let's get you registered to vote, please.
Oh, yeah.
Let's start there. I'm actually amazed at how many of our own fellow conservatives are not even registered to vote, Authur.
It's sad. It's sad. Or they don't vote.
It completely is. And so just go to register2vote.ca.gov, register2vote.ca.gov. I didn't show your website too. Here's his website right here. So, running for school board member for Shasta County Board of Education 2026. Make America healthy again. I love that up there. Maha, committed to keeping schools focused on their core mission, providing every student with a high quality education. Imagine that. Imagine that. What a concept. All right, my friend. I wish you all the best. That's Vote Author, AUTHUR. It's not Arthur, Author. Vote authorgorman.com. And yeah, go get him, buddy. Go get him.
All right. Thanks, Charlie.
Yes, sir. I hope you have a good turnout at your fundraiser. Sounds like a good time, buddy. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks. Appreciate it.
All right, man. There you go. Something for you to do up in the Shasta County area on Friday night, August 26th. And just go to his website and get yourself a ticket and attend that thing and get to know the people and ask some questions and hear the guest speakers up there and go, yeah, I like this person. I want to know more about them. I want to follow them. They can help our county. We got to get more involved and do it in a fun environment like this. Even better. That's fantastic. I love it. And you'll be helping them out. This is a campaign fundraiser is what that is. Oh, speaking of campaign fundraisers, go to my website, would you please, and buy one of these. Let's talk about politics and religion. Author, you need one of these on your desk there at Mountaintop Media. Let's talk about politics and religion. There it is. At charliesimons.com, CharlieSimons.com. I spell my name differently too. So I got hats and shirts and all kinds of stuff there. And when you buy some of these products, this big old 15-ounce coffee mug, by the way, and I like big mugs. I cannot lie. Them other brothers can't deny. So just go there, would you? And speaking of going places, right here, this QR code, that's it. Will take you right to nueva.com/CharlieSimons. And I told you earlier, I'm doing a weight loss thing because I got almost 35 pounds over my ideal, what I should be. And I was paying for it. Health problems, feeling terrible. So I'm now going the Nueva route. Nueva is Spanish for new. This is a probiotic, prebiotic, complete biotic cycle. And look what it looks like. That's it. Tear it open. Haven't had mine yet. I'm going to now. That was all Clint Eastwood right there, wasn't it? Okay. Pour it on your tongue. Strawberry tastes great. It really does taste great. I look forward to it in the morning. It's a once a day thing right there. There's other flavors as well, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. They got all kinds of stuff for your skin, for your mind, clarity of thinking. They're big on the nootropic, about the peptides. Check it out. What do you got to lose except weight and to feel a whole lot better and be healthier. And it's all naturally derived. And it's all United States of America. Done. New company, been around for a little over a year. And just do that QR code thing right there, or go to Nueva, Nueva, nueva.com/Charlie Simons, CharlieSimons. My name will get you a 10% discount. Bonus. May God bless you and keep you. May God bless America. Most importantly, America, bless God